Welcome to Subramani. Please hit the bell icon. Please subscribe. I need to increase my number of subscribers to at least 100,000. One good question which somebody has asked is, what is the best process of selecting a fund house for long-term equity investing in India? Now, this is a very good question, and I am not able to answer it very easily. So I can tell you the process of selecting a fund house for long-term equity in India is what I follow. And I've been proved to be extremely lucky in the fund houses that I chose. And I chose them long ago, right? And I have not made any great changes. So selecting a fund house, which I'm sure this person means asset management company. I'm not talking of ULIP ever. I normally talk of ULIP and say don't buy it, rather than saying for long-term capital appreciation, mutual funds make more sense. And it's a critical step. Where you're investing is a critical step, and it influences the overall management, performance, reliability, etc. So, and equity funds are good for long term. So I'm talking of long term investing. What you should look for in these fund houses through whom you invest. So first of all, you should define your own investment goals and risk tolerance. Do you want to put it in a fund which is very volatile, maybe does a lot of trading, gives you good returns, but if the turnover ratio is high, so you have to look at all that. But much before that, what I would look for is what I can tell you. I look for a company where the promoter passes muster, and it doesn't mean that if I'm not investing in a fund, that promoter is not good. I don't need it. I invest only in 4 or 5 fund houses. 1 or 2 I invest only in personal capacity, not even in I would not recommend it to clients, etc. So I won't even talk about them. So fairly obviously, I invest in HDFC, ICICI, Franklin Templeton, Invesco, Nippon, little bit of money in Motilal Oswal, and that's about it. Right, so I don't think I missed out any. I may have put some small amount of money in HSBC and White Oak and all, but this because they're friends who are there. It's not necessary that I've done any kind of due diligence or anything. One friend joined HSBC, so I put into his fund, and it is doing extremely well. That I'm not thinking it is some great effort that I did. So first of all, the promoter has to pass muster. So it's easier for a promoter like Franklin Templeton to pass muster for me. HDFC, Deepak Parekh ensured that for me, for people like us who became a shareholder of HDFC in 1977, I sought investing in HDFC Limited. I bought a term insurance from HDFC Life Insurance. I even bought a unit link from HDFC Life Insurance. So HDFC brand, it was easy. I bank with them. So that was the easy brand sell. ICICI, I was very reluctant to invest in ICICI. It used to have NPA problems and all that. But then 2 things happened. Nilesh left Templeton to join ICICI, which meant the cleansing process, whatever would start, and Naren joined. And then Nimesh came in, and I think this combination of Nimesh and Naren was very impressive, and I knew that bad deals won't happen. So comfort level was there at the promoter level, because I thought at the board level, this company will not do anything hanky-panky, bad investments won't happen. Complete total trust of Naren and the investment process was there. That was in place. HDFC, the selling point was Deepak Parekh, but after that, complete total belief in Milind Barve and Prashant Jain and team. Of course, Chirag Setalvad joined in later, a brilliant fund manager. So that whole process I liked. So these 2 passed muster. Franklin Templeton, because a friend was there, Suraj Kelly. In fact, he became a friend after I met him there, and he actually brought the concept of SIP to India, systematic investment plan. So if you go to Google and search for SIP Suraj, it will lead you to subramani.com, because I used to call him SIP Suraj. So therefore, Templeton. So I used to invest only in HDFC and Templeton and Naren. It was not iProve, it was Naren. And then later on, more confidence developed. I think Naren joined in 2003 or 2004. And from then onwards, so these 3 fund houses majorly. After that, later on, with respect for Hemendra Kothari, DSP came in after another friend, a couple of friends joined there. Before that, I always thought it was a very haughty fund house, so I never went near it. But I put some money there and it is performing well. Then Saurabh Nanavati joined and created Invesco. So therefore, Invesco, this is about all. In other fund houses, I may have some money here and there, some MNC fund or something here and there, but not really serious money. So for me, the promoter passing muster is very important. The second thing which is important is I need fund houses with 10-year track record. HDFC, I did not wait for the 10-year track record because HDFC Limited had a 10-year track record. ICICI and all, by the time I started investing, I think they had a 10-year track record or an 8-year track record. Again, ICICI Bank's track record did not inspire me to invest. By the time I started investing, they had a 10-year track record. So this is one. First that. Second, the ability to put together a good team. I know HDFC and ICICI will lose a lot of people. Whenever somebody new starts, they will pick up people from here. Their ability to bring new people, bring new trainees, and train them to be fund managers is very important, and that these both these companies have. So when Prashant Jain left, they could bring in a Roshi Jain and ask her to handle. So if some other fund managers leave, they have enough strength inside to promote them. So that did not worry me, because that's a big worry for me in smaller fund houses. In fact, a friend of mine who has set up an AMC, I wouldn't put money in his fund house. I've still not put big money in his fund house, simply because I do not know his hierarchy of how he will manage, what he will do if the fund manager leaves or dies or something like that. So that I don't know. So there I will not take too much risk with other people's money. My own money is a different thing. I can give it to anybody and lose it, but other people I will not recommend. So after this, define your investment goals and risk tolerance and see what schemes to select. So selecting a good fund manager is very difficult for most people. So you look at the track record. You look by saying what are your long-term objectives. You want money, you want to make money, you want low standard deviation, you want to build a retirement corpus, you want for your daughter's education, right? So consider factors like inflation so that you understand how much should be your expected return. Assess your own risk appetite. Yes, you need a lot of returns because you want the money. It doesn't mean you can take risk, because if you don't have risk taking appetite, don't take risk, right? So all these matters for house selection also, because some fund houses take a lot of risk. Then you have to decide whether you want to be with such a fund house, right? After that, do some research into more reputation research and track record. See how is the track record. So fund houses, fund schemes which have good track records, fund managers who have good track records is a better bet. But please also remember, fund managers can change jobs. So that is a risk which I am running currently with one fund house and one fund, but hopefully they'll get a good fund manager to replace, right? So evaluate overall performance over 5-10 years. I spoke about a 10-year track record. Then check the assets under management, whether it is increasing, whether it is not increasing, whether it is increasing because of performance or increasing because of good sales. So this is also important. A good fund house should have good AUM and good ability to bring money and bring people. This is very important, because a fund house which is not growing at a good pace will start losing people, right? So that's very important. So if the performance is good but their sales can't bring in money, or if the sales can bring in money and they can't perform, both are bad even for you as an investor, because slowly the good people will leave them and join somewhere else. I use value research quite a bit. I use Morningstar. I have not used CRISIL ratings. So these are all things which you can use to assess fund performance and things like that. Evaluating the fund manager and team, believe me, it's very difficult. You have to go by hearsay, what they do, what is the process. Everybody says they have a process. Everybody says we will be true to label, right? Only when the crisis occurs, then you realize that it was not true to label. Ultra short bond fund should not have had longer term maturity papers, right? We suffered in 1 or 2 cases because of that. So review the experience, review the qualification, also review whether they are very, I wouldn't say, may not be the right word, whether they are too proud to listen to others, right? So if all this is happening, then you have to be careful. Assess the team's depth. How many people with 17 years experience, how many people with 12 years experience, how many people with 3 years experience. So you want to know that new people also want to join them or not join them, ability to attract people. So when I found out somebody and say, look, this company is looking for a CIO, this company I am not wanting to join. So there is something in the market which you don't know, which you are not hearing loudly, right? So Then you analyze the cost and fee structure. This is where I am different from others, because people will go and say, oh, this fund is charging too much. It doesn't matter. If Naren's fund or Roshi Jain's fund and all charge me more than what others charge, it's fine. I'm paying for performance and I'm happy to pay for performance. When I go to eat out, I don't look for the cheapest restaurant. I look for a restaurant which I like, which I enjoy, where the food I'm going to enjoy, right? Just because there's a Chinese restaurant next to my house, location is fantastic, and I can reach there in 2 minutes. I don't need to find parking. It doesn't mean I'll go there if the food is not good, right? So basically, fund management skills and all have to be good, and only after that, to me, costs matter. Honestly, to me, costs don't really matter. When I invested in Discovery, I don't even know what was the NAV. I don't know the NAV today, but I've been in that fund for 20 years and I'm sure I've done well. So I don't do too much of detailed analysis after I have invested if I like the fund manager. I've told this to many fund managers. Sometimes I like your result, sometimes I like your portfolio. So I can't sell your fund, right? So these things happen. So review the investment philosophy, review strategy, review the consistency, see whether they're doing what they are saying. So if the fund says we have a process by which only top quality companies is what we buy, therefore we will not buy Reliance, does not pass muster. But after that, if they go and put money in some shady company, then you look at them and say, look, you were not true to label, right? So true to label is very important. When I say true to label, when the bottle says thumbs up, I want to find thumbs up. I don't want to find Coke, right? The taste may be same, everything, but you have said thumbs up, I want thumbs up. So exactly that is how I would look at the investment philosophy, culture, what they do, etc. After that, consider taxation. You have no choice but to pay the taxes. But yes, if you can keep the taxation simple, if you can make sure that if you can make sure that the people in your house with lower taxation get current income, and people with higher taxation would get capital gains, manage these kind of things. So this is how I would go about choosing fund houses. But please realize, today all fund houses are listed. They're under tremendous pressure. SEBI is reducing costs. With all this, my answers could be different 10 years later, but right now this is the answer. This is what I do. I don't know whether it's the best thing for you to do. Thank you.